What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/Cubcamtv for this, another edition of Cub Reacts, requested live. We're back inside the building and I'm absolutely buzzing to be here. A big shout out to each and every one of you in the chat already. I tell you what, I'm so excited to be here. It's so exciting to see so many of you involved from very, very early as well. We've got a ton of requests in already. Guys, how are we feeling? How have our Fridays been? How's everyone feeling? Obviously, we're at a difficult point globally at the moment. The world is not in the best place. There's a lot of bizarre stuff going on, a lot of very unnice things going on as well. What we're going to try and do this evening is kind of give you a bit of a stream that takes away from what's going on and gives you a bit of escapism if it is affecting you quite heavily. Obviously, we're here to assess new music and discuss bangers and obviously break down things as we go as well. So thank you to each and every one of you joining us on a Friday evening at a new time, which is, of course, 5 p.m. This is our new time that we're going to be running on from now on. Guys, how are we feeling? Get into the chat on the right-hand side and let me know how you're feeling this afternoon. Obviously, we've had so many requests in. Wow, there's so many of you joining us nice and early. The one thing I will already ask is, of course, please make sure you are hitting at that like button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. Get involved with the stream. The more people that like the stream and comment on the stream, the more people actually are able to see it outside and the more timelines we pop up on and all of those things there. So please do get involved. Right, guys, there's so many of you. Out to Ckay joining us nice and early, saying please react to MC Galaxy neck and neck. Sure, we can get to that one first, as you are first. Out to IK the regulars are in the building, people, with hello Toyah. That one's saying Payroll. Toyah Payroll. Okay, cool, we can get to that one. Or Toyah answer me. Out to David Andre Hyatt saying Nasty C stalling. We can get to that one for sure. Out to David saying, hey everybody, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, mate. I hope you're doing alright as well. I hope things are good for you. Out to Asma Jamak as well, saying Harmonize, Ushamba. We can get into that one for sure. Dominic Andrews in the chat, one of the regulars. Good to see you, Dominic. Continuing on the run of consistent CK suggestions. He's going to add the song later on. I think I've seen which one he suggested. Kim Rankin joining us in the chat. What's good, Cubcam? What's good, Kim Rankin? Good to see you. Please react to Message in a Hammer by Obongjayar. I've been waiting to react to some Obongjayar stuff on this channel. I cannot lie to you, so I'm excited to get into that. Out to Ahmed Hussain saying El Hee feeling you. We can get into that one for sure. Out to Emmy Stars as well saying hi, Cub. How's your weekend going? Please react to Sars alongside World with Mad. My weekend's going good so far. I've had a good day today. Been very busy. Cracking on with loads of musical bits. Obviously Friday is release day, and it's the day that I try and get up to date with all the latest bangers. Of course, get my my DJ set and obviously all formatted for anything that I'm doing over the weekend show wise. But yeah, it's good to be back inside, man. I hope you're having a good one. I hope you're having a good time. I hope everyone's enjoying the show so far. Out to Faith in the chat as well. Emmy Styles first saying hi, Cub. We've just done that one. Out to Faith saying good evening, everyone. Saying good evening, Cub. Good to see you, Faith. How are you? Saying please react to Fire on the Mountain by Asher. Is that off the new album? Because we are going to be reacting to bits off the album for sure. Also saying, react to Without My Heart by Choose Savage featuring Don Jazzy. It's good to see so many of you in the building. I've got to say, I'm having a great start to the day today. Out to everyone in the chat as well. Fantastic stuff. Hello, Namina. How are you, sir? Calculator Free World saying react to Angel by Rich Asani. There we go. Guys, it's very exciting. I hope you're enjoying the new layout of the room as well. We've been working on this over the course of this week. I'm noticing there's a little bit of a light pulsating going on, so I might switch things up a little bit with the lighting moving forward, but I think we'll leave it as it is at the moment. I quite like the sort of pulsating feel. It looks quite cool. But yeah, moving forward off the back of things, we are going to start the show off slightly differently today. After that extensive monologue, purely because we've got a little bit more time today. We're starting at 5, which means we can go till about 6:30. I really enjoy doing these streams, and obviously I'm usually having to run off and do something directly afterwards. But today we are going to start off with something a little bit different. So I receive a lot of music for radio. For those who aren't aware, I do play on radio every single day, so I get sent a lot of music from around the world to kind of play and review and showcase. And what we're going to start doing is the first track of each of these streams is showcasing one of the tracks that has been sent over me direct. Yeah, I run a section called the DM Diver, which is every day. It's a track that gets sent over from different people around the world, and I always showcase a new one every day. It's a different track every single day, and this is one of the first tracks we're going to get into today. So big up each and every one of you joining us right about now. I'm very much enjoying being back inside the building. I hope the lighting is okay. David saying the lighting's okay. Good. If we're good to go, that's cool. Very nice stuff indeed. So let's get into this. We've got a slightly different camera angle going on as well, so I'm not sure how things look. I hope things look okay. We've got this wonderful setup we've built behind out of little random things that I enjoy having in my room. Obviously, the little hat there. We've got the Thor and the T'Challa model. Very nice. Got a little bottle of Rumbustious rum down there. Got that. I got that sign about 6 years ago, and I've never used it. But we're going to get into the first one of the day. So let's click onto this. There we go. So today, the first track we are going to be reviewing is the sounds of T-Baze with Everyday featuring Angel. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I'm noticing that's quite mad in the background, so I'm going to wait until I get a setting where it looks good. There we go. So that's green. I think. Got a new thing here, you see. Is that? Yeah. There we go. We'll leave it there for the time being, and we'll see how we go. But we are going to get into these right about now. I'm looking forward to getting into today's stream. I've got to say, there's so much stuff to get into. But this is going to be the first one on today's selection. The sounds of T-Baze featuring Angel SBL Everyday. A massive shouts out to T-Baze. If you don't know who T-Baze is, go and check him out. He's making some wicked tunes at the moment. I love receiving new music from him. And this is what this new section opening up the show is going to be all about. It's about showcasing music that I've been sent over, rather than just through the requests. And I want to make sure that we are showcasing as much music as we possibly can here on the show. So, right, let's get into the sounds of this one. Out to everyone in the chat, be ready, my friends, to get your requests in. I have got my bevy here, which I will be sipping on as we go forward. And obviously, be ready to get your ratings in. We do a system out of 10, so please do get the ratings in. Obviously, throw some fire emojis if you are enjoying the sounds of T-Baze as our first track of the day. So let's go.
Spicy. Yeah, oh yeah. See, every day's Valentine's when I date with my baby. Swear these feelings so right when I date with my baby.
Yeah, this is the sounds of T-Baze, people.
I don't wanna go.
See, what I found is I always get shown so much new music on this stream. So many people send in requests, and it's so enjoyable to be able to do. But more than anything else, I like to be able to kind of repay favors, you know. And I think this is a cool way of doing it. Obviously, with being sent so much music for radio, I feel it's a good kind of platform to utilize. I love kind of blending the two platforms together. But yeah, sounds of T-Baze on this one. I love the vocals on this. They're so kind of wholesome. Love the kind of lower-ended sort of vocals we're getting through as well. Really nicely resonating layouts on this. And then on top of that as well, I'm loving the fact that we have this kind of shuffling sort of drum section on there as well. Also alongside this, the fact that you've got the sort of percussion that really does cut through the mix. This is quite a wholesome sounding tune, to be honest with you guys. How are we feeling about it? Let me know.
When I'm in with my bass, there's no sunshine outside. Say I'm going at my head one more way, I'm on some real vibes, yeah. It's just me and my baby. Once it keep talking, my oreke. She put it all on me, Moti Rocco. I'm waiting, I go do if you know that. Every day is Valentine's when I date with my baby. Swear these feelings so right when I date with my baby.
There we go. Out to everyone in the chat enjoying this one. It's solid. I think this one is. Rukaya saying, "Wow, such a great first song." Frederick with the fire emoji. Dominic saying his voice sounds like Burner. Como saying, "Where is he from?" I'm pretty sure he's based in the UK. I'd have to look up where he's from originally. No. Rukaya saying, "What's the name of the song again?" It's called Everyday. It's featuring Angel SBL. We'll listen through until we get to Angel's bit as well, because Angel's bit sounds good. IK Fuego saying they disrespect Odogu, but I understand the similarities. Yeah, there's a tonality. I think there is similarity in the kind of projection and the way the vocal kind of sits, definitely. But yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I'm a big fan of this one. I'm a big fan of what T-Baze does as well. But yeah, there's a similarity, I feel, vocal-wise.
I don't wanna go outside. I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go outside. Switch on my phone. When I'm in with my bass, there's no sunshine outside. Say I'm going at my head one more way, I'm on some real vibes.
You're my baby, my baby, my baby. I say it all the time. You're my king, I'm your lady.
I love the switch up as well. The thing I really like about this tune is it gives a really good showcasing of what T-Baze's sound is all about. I think if you go and listen back to T-Baze's catalogue, he's got some absolute corkers in the bag. there's some really, really good tunes from the back catalogue as well that I definitely recommend checking out. He's got a really good tune called Monkey that has an incredible remix. Seema Nadar's on there as well. Definitely one to keep an eye on because he's doing absolute bits without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on what he's doing. We'll listen through this one a little bit further and see how you guys are feeling.
'Cause there is nothing out there for me. Ooh, babes, make I be the only. Make a lay in your arms for the rest of the night.
Every day's Valentine's when I did with my baby.
Really subtle on the instrumentation as well. You've got these beautiful sounding sort of saxophone lines kind of working away in the background. I love the shuffle on the drums as well. And just the overall arrangement of this one is big. Again, it's one of the reasons why I ran this one on radio. It's on the playlist for my show next week as well. So if you do want to lock in, feel free to. Breakfast with KXVU, 7 till 10, Monday to Friday, UK time. You can listen in via the Trickstar radio app worldwide. But yeah, guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let's get some ratings out of 10 in the chat. You know how we do it, people. Please do get involved. This is as much your review show as it is mine. I'm merely here to kind of commentate on what we are listening through. But yeah, very much enjoying this one. How are you guys feeling? Give me a rating out of 10 and throw some fire emojis if we are big fans. Let's go.
I don't wanna go outside. I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go outside. Switch on my phone. When I be with my baby, there's no sunshine outside. I'm going at my head one more way, I'm on real vibe, yeah. When I be with my baby, there's no sunshine outside. Say I'm going at my head one more way, I'm on real vibe, yeah.
There we go. T-Baze on this one, every day featuring Angel SPL. Do go and check out T-Baze if you haven't already. We're going to open up each and every one of these live streams now as we're going for a bit longer with a track that I have very much enjoyed playing on the radio over the week. Out to everyone sending ratings in. Frederick saying a lot of similarities with Burna Boy tunes, notation, words, pronunciation, and the same vibe. OT saying 6 out of 10. Ckay with a 3 out of 10. That's so disingenuous, Ckay. But it's your opinion. I can't argue with it. I'd have given it a much higher. This is in the 7, the sort of 7-8 range for me. Emmy Styles giving it a 7 out of 10. Kome giving Ckay the lol. We're in for a good stream. Everyone's going at each other already. I do enjoy it. Guys, let me know how you're feeling about this one in the chat on the right-hand side. I'm going to get the next tune loaded up as we speak. Out to everyone locking in. It's good to see so many of you in here as well. We are zooming forward with the amount of people that are locking in and the total. KXVU saying, but the feature made it free. Rakaya with a 7.5 out of 10 as well. There we go. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We're going to get into Kome's suggestion next, which should be good. Should be very good indeed. Stuck in my head, man. Namina saying second verse was a little bit ropey for me. Dominic Andrews not a fan of the arrangement. 5 out of 10. The vocals clash with the beats. Interesting, man. Interesting. You see, I think this is an absolute slap. Like, this is one of my favourite tunes I've heard recently. Yashiri with the 4. KXVU with the... I can't even see what emoji that is. With the smiley emoji. It's a very wide-faced smiley emoji. David Andre High, I don't know, to be honest. I'm going to leave this ungraded for the time being. Okay, cool. Very interesting stuff. Right, we're going to get into this one. MC Galaxy featuring Davido. This one, neck and neck. Next one up on the listing for today. How are you all feeling, my friends? Are we all good? Are we all good? Are we all looking forward to the weekend? I most certainly am. I've got a very busy day tomorrow. Namina is in the chat, actually. I'm seeing him tomorrow. He's coming down to Brighton from Sheffield in the UK, which should be very fun indeed. And we're going to be having a full-on day session, which I'm very excited for. It's a good friend of mine's birthday, so we're going out for the day on the Raz. Right then, friends, we're going to get into this one next. MC Galaxy featuring Davido, Neck and Neck. We are live on Requested Live. I can see how many of you are locked in, and I can also see how many of you like the video. So, if every single one of you who has been locked in or is currently locked in goes and likes the video now, we can crack on, because that's what we need to do. We need to keep the likes pumping up. The more people that actually like the video, the more people will then be able to join us. And what the kind of overall aim for this this live stream is to be able to showcase out to Enamina saying dreading it, not gonna lie. But yeah, the overall aim for this live stream is to kind of make these shows a bit of a live sort of music discussion forum. That's the general plan moving forward. Like, I'm very keen to try and make Try and make people kind of come in and just give opinions on music, man. That's what it's trying to be. Like, I'm merely the commentator for what's going on. I'm very much looking forward to kind of turning this into a bigger sort of wide-scale platform. And I'm enjoying doing the streams as well, which is great fun. Right, we are going to continue to move forward here. I don't know what's going on with my camera today. It's very bright for some reason. Don't really know why it's doing that. But we moved. Maybe it's because I'm wearing all white. Who knows? Who knows? We'll sort it out another time. Right, let's get into the next track then. The sounds of MC Galaxy. I'm just getting my setup all sorted on this end. There we go. Very much looking forward to getting into this one. Featuring Davido, Neck U Neck. We are live on Requested Live. I can see everyone who has now liked the video. Thank you to each and every one of you. It makes a massive difference. I know you always hear YouTubers going on about liking and throwing a note and turning notifications on and all that stuff, but it does make such a massive difference. There's a reason we say it, okay? And I feel very weird classing myself as a YouTuber, I can't lie. But let's get into this one then. Out to Ckay, always with the good suggestions. Let's see where we go.
She's it. Galaxy.
What do I go center?
And Davido.
Oh wow, we're going 9 years. Okay.
I go Calabar. I see girls with a Pablo. You dash me body. I go Bola for Lagos. I call Lorenzi. Say I don't have to go club. Where all the babies? Say me they call say I did club. I say she's me for.
Well, I tell you what, on an actual production level, this has aged really, really well. This came out, 9 years ago? Looking at it, it definitely feels like the overall production quality is very much on par with what's going on. Currently, like the actual kind of drum structure is very, very clean. The actual processing on what is a very kind of thickened drum set sounds very, very clean as well. Like, there's a lot going on in this one right from the jump, and again, it doesn't sound like it's out of place. Like, I feel like if this tune came out today, it wouldn't sound like out of place. Obviously, it'd be in its own avenue, in its own lane, but it wouldn't sound like it's dated at all. Which I tend to feel tunes from around the sort of 2010 to 2013 tend to kind of have quite a dated feel, even though not even necessarily dated, they just sound like they're of the time, which I suppose dated does mean, but dated has negative connotations to an extent. But yeah, this is sounding good, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it as it goes.
Now me they sing song, I'm bad like King Kong. He ain't Calabar, he ain't Calabar, he ain't Calabar, he ain't Calabar.
No, you be so bored. I'm gonna want to say you lost.
Really nice. Again, the thing that's really enjoyable about this is how kind of it's bizarre, because it's in this weird place between being super, super complex but also being kind of super, super simple at the same time. If you listen to all of the kind of patterns, they're all very repetitive. They're doing the same thing over and over again. There isn't much kind of constant variation. There's just the same things doing things time and time again, but every time there's a new layer added. The actual individual pieces of the drums or the percussion or the melodies are all doing pretty much a similar thing. It's only the vocal that's changing as we go, which is really interesting to hear, to be honest with you. I'm very much enjoying this as it progresses. Very interested to see what Davido does over this as well. Yeah, out to Ckay on the suggestion. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let me know.
Why? Because I'm on sometimes I funk a skin. Let's go. Basitabaya, Yarinya Basitabaya, Basitabaya. Found on a top center. I'm in doing a quavo. Yaneguning Noye, Yatevison Noye,
I go Calabar. I see girls with like that.
Now, before we jump properly into Davido's verse, bear in mind I haven't heard this tune before. I haven't really heard Davido over much of this kind of sound either. Like, I've heard him dip into it here and there, but I've never heard him. I've never heard him in this kind of area. Ckay, have you got kind of info on the tune, as we always ask for those that are putting requests in as well? If it's your first time putting a request in, I will ask you for information on the tune just so we can kind of reiterate what's going on. 9 times out of 10, I'm not the only one who hasn't heard a tune before, so that's the kind of point. The reason we do these live streams more than anything else is so that we can kind of appreciate both older stuff and kind of learn from each other, which is kind of one of the main reasons I do it. And it's very enjoyable. This is a very enjoyable tune, I've got to say. It's very difficult to kind of sit still to, which is always the kind of motto of the channel. And then of course, I'm smiling listening through. That's what you want from this type of sound. Surely that's what you're going for.
You dash me body, I go Bola for Lagos. I Coloresi, say I don't have a people club. Where all the babies, say where they call say I dey club. I say she's for if not, now me they sing song. I'm bad like King Kong. Yeah, Calabar, yeah, Calabar, yeah, Calabar, yeah, Calabar.
To Kimo Rankin in the chat saying, Ckay, I can't believe you requested this. Ckay is always putting forward enjoyable requests, I've got to say. Keeping me on my toes more than anything else. Ckay and Iko kind of go back and forth. Ckay Fuego kind of go back and forth with the requests. Trying to outdo each other, it definitely feels like a lot of the time. But it's good, man. It keeps everyone on their toes. It's very enjoyable. What we'll do, we'll give this one a little bit further to kind of listen through. I want everyone in the chat right about now to give me their feelings on this one. Let's get some ratings in. Let's get some feelings about how well it's aged as well. Considering this one came out 9 years ago, I actually think it's aged pretty well. On a production level, it still sounds clean. On a sort of vocal level as well, it doesn't sound like it's kind of lost in time. Like, it feels like it translates quite well. That might just be me though. Do let me know in the chat on the right hand side how you're feeling about this one. There we go. We will, unless there's a full verse from Davido on the way, I will start to leave this one here. We tend to do 2 minutes 30 of each tune on the requested section of this show. So, guys, how are we feeling? Shari saying react to any of the two, Cross My Lane by Broda Shaggy or Fimbo by Vinka. Hopefully you will honour my request one day. You know what it is? The earlier you get the request into the show, the more likely you are to get the reaction. It's literally that simple. Out to Ckay saying it's ethic. Is that ethic? I can't even read. I'm losing my eyes here. Ethic traditional based. Okay, cool. David Andre Hyatt with the 9 out of 10. Ckay with the 9 out of 10. Of course, you can never give less than a 9 out of 10 for your own suggestion. Ckay knows the game. Trust me. Kimo Rankin with a 6.7. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let me know in the chat on the right-hand side. Yashiri saying, I'm a big Davido fan, but for this, I'm giving a 6 out of 10. Very interesting. Very interesting. Quite split on this one, then, between the sort of 6s and 9s. Personally, I think I'd probably go for a sort of 7.5. As always, again, I feel like this is a sound that isn't sort of built on variation. It's built more on repetition and sort of slowly adding new elements in and singular kind of variations rather than a constant feeling of change, which is cool, which is obviously a different thing entirely. Personally, I like it when tunes tend to progress as they go and things constantly switch up. But again, that's my personal preference. Frederick saying 8 out of 10 for this one as well. Very interesting stuff indeed, guys. I'm enjoying today's stream very, very much. Emmy Styles with a 5 out of 10. Very split on this one. I've had a split stream so far. That's fun, though. That does add a bit of fun. Right, Ckay Fuego, you are next. You've got 2 suggestions in the chat. Let me know which one you want. You've got Toyah Payroll or Toyah Answer Me. Entirely up to you. Do let me know very quickly, though, which one you would like to listen to next. And we are in. We are in. Out to everyone locking in this afternoon, evening. It's Friday evening by this point, isn't it? It's gone 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. But yeah, Ckay Fuego, let me know what you would like us to check out next. You are next on the list. As always, guys, if you would like to get your request in, the earlier you get in, the more likely it is to be reacted to. We're going to go to about 6:30 today. Slightly longer stream because we're starting a little bit earlier now. Yeah, it gives us a little bit more time to explore a little bit more as well. But there we go. There we go. Cool. We're going to get into Payroll next. Ckay Fuego with the suggestion. Out to each and every one of you joining us. Payroll. Let's go. This one 4 weeks ago. So I'm assuming Toyah is a newer artist. I know Ckay is very keen on bringing newer faces to the channel. Right, there we go. Right then, people. First of all, before we jump into this one, actually, did everyone catch the interview with Ray Bell we had on the channel earlier? It did actually quite well. It did quite well on like a view count. It's quite rare that the interviews get over a K, but yeah, it was very, very cool to see so many people enjoying that one. If you haven't already, do go and check that out. We've also got one with Oladapo as well. What I'm starting to do a lot more regularly with this channel and these streams is if we find artists or artists get put forward, shall we say, because I'm not finding them, it's you guys finding them and sending them through. But if artists kind of develop and we start to see them on this show a little bit more, then I tend to hit them up and say, would you like to come on the show? It'd be cool to showcase some music and stuff, and a lot of people have actually started doing that. So big up Ray Bell for joining us on the show. Big up Oladapo as well. We're trying to lock something in with Basket Mouth at the moment. We are kind of chatting at the moment, and he said he's down to come on the show. We're just kind of trying to work out a date at the moment. Same with Peruzzi as well, so we should be able to get some more sort of very exciting interviews on the show moving forward. But KXVU, this one, Payroll, give me some information about Toyah. I'm very excited to hear what you guys are saying about this one. Out to Elvis John in the chat as well. Good to see you. Let's go.
You can't totally bring something new like that.
Windows XP, you know. I remember that original media player, man. I remember it.
Woke up feeling on top. No, they hold me down. Let that booty shake. Shake you don't get crazy. Shake you don't get bad. Don't get. I go spend some money. I better spend some money. If you make it bounce.
Very lively.
Yeah.
This is sounding wicked, man. Ckay, talk to me, Ckay. Let me know something about the artist. I know nothing about Toyah. First time listening. I'm liking the energy on this. Quite fast paced, tempo wise. A little bit quicker than I was expecting it to be rhythmically. But it comes out swinging, man. I'm liking the sort of effects we're getting on the video. That sort of blend of sort of nostalgic looks at Windows XP, sort of with the sort of video sort of graphic-y effects we're getting on this as well. The sort of distortion effects look quite cool. Out to Frederick saying react to Orezi featuring Wizkid and Tamaya. If we get time today, we will. We're going till 6:30. I'm trying to get through as many as we can. This is sounding cool though. KXVU saying Payroll is an Afrofusion record with trap influences tinged with soulful Fuji melodies. Okay, cool. Very nice stuff. I'm liking the sounds of this one.
I
like this video. Really quick though. The tune itself though, I cannot lie. The tune itself sounds very, very solid. I'm liking the arrangement. I'm liking the use of vocals as well. There's almost like a delicacy to his vocal texture. But when you kind of combine that delicacy with such a fast-paced instrumental, I don't know. It sounds a little bit not strange, but it sounds like it's slightly rushed to me. I don't know if that's the same for anyone else, but it feels like the tune is it's progressing almost a little bit too quickly, which is quite ironic considering I said I like tunes to progress. I don't know whether it's the combination of the tempo of the tune being quite high-ended, or whether it's that sort of sound. It's interesting. Orezi was the musician. Davido was referring to in my song request. Neck oo neck. Oh, okay, cool. I see what you mean now. Okay, I see what you mean. Interesting. KXVU saying Toyah has been on my radar for a few years. I'm going to keep an eye out because this sounds very, very cool, man. It sounds very, very cool.
I don't wish to cast, never been lost. I know feel relaxed, cause it's not vibe when you none the hair. Make it just the enter your body. Don't let them they talk, no listen at all. When them talking, all of them the stall. They just want to stall your
like the bridge.
Oh, I need them. Then I see me for telling them they give them. They not know, say I be bad. God, they don't know, say I don't agree.
I don't know what the vocal effect that's going on with his voice is, but it sounds quite interesting, man. It's got this kind of almost kind of ghostly tint to it. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. It's not an effect I tend to hear very often, but it's something to do with the processing and the kind of higher ended vocals as well. In the way it sounds, really, really unique. I've got to say, very unique sounding vocal. Again, I'm not too sure about the pacing on this one, which is something I can't believe I've just said that myself. I hate YouTube reactors saying I'm not sure, I don't like the pacing. I don't know why, but that's always grated on me. Whenever I see people who review films or TV shows and they say I don't like the pacing, it's annoyed me that I've said that, so I apologise for being a hypocrite. But it just feels like it's progressing a little bit too quickly, maybe, for me. And I don't know whether that's because I'm not used to hearing the much higher tempo, but we'll see. We'll see.
Don't touch me, tell anybody where you want test me. Then go meet your father, then go see person. Oh no, you know they jealous me, yeah. Feel energy, make you know there no cost down. Messy, looking, no cost down. Looking, maintain distance. My body, social distancing. Check you out the yellow, more yellow, oh love.
Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Let me know in the chat on the right-hand side. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Are you enjoying? Are you not enjoying? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Let me know. On the right-hand side, obviously, as I said before, this is as much a discussion as it is me reacting and reviewing. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you, and I love seeing so many of you get involved with the conversation. So do get involved on the right-hand side. Let me know your thoughts on this one if you are enjoying. Throw a rating in there. Throw some fire emojis if you are enjoying. But yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I'm trying to get my head around it more than anything else.
I ain't love, surely love, I ain't love. Wake up, more way down plenty past Payroll. I ain't gonna go put me for wake up. Check you out the yellow, more ain't love, oh love. If I need love, I need baby love. I ain't love, surely love, I ain't love. Wake up, more way down plenty past Payroll. I ain't gonna go put me for wake up. Wake up.
There we go then, the sounds of Toyah, this one, Payroll, as always, doing about 2 minutes 30 of the reaction. That's what we like to do on the requested live section, just so we can get through as many as we can. Out to David Andre Hyatt saying this song and the artist gives me a vibe like MHD, the French artist who does Afro Trap, giving it an 8 out of 10 rating. Frederick saying you need to react to Coyote Live Forever, a crazy tune, alighting what Africa Trap Fusion would sound like. Very interesting. I'll need to keep my eyes on the name and keep the name on my radar. IK Fuego saying lots of high pass reverb and chorus on the vocal processing. Yeah, there's definitely I was going to say processing in general, but yeah, there's definitely a sort of sharper higher end, I feel. It almost like pinches frequency rise at an area which you wouldn't normally hear vocal-wise. It's almost like the breath of his voice is being focused in on, which is quite an interesting way of doing things. Guys, let me know on the right-hand side how we are feeling with this one. Frederick saying good tunes, but I think the vocal has a lot of layback. What do you mean by layback? As in it's a bit too laid back? Kome saying, I like songs that are different from others. This song sounds quite like every other song out there and is quite forgettable, unlike my dear Nick Unek. To an extent, yes. I think the pacing, though, again, on a personal level, I'd say the pacing kind of makes it stand out. Whether that's something I enjoy or not, I'm not entirely sure. Again, this is definitely one I think I'm going to have to revisit a couple of times to see how we are feeling. But there we go, guys. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this one. We're going to move on to the next track of the day. Out to everyone joining us. It's a very lively chat today, which I absolutely love to see. Fantastic stuff. Just double-checking, like, levels-wise, camera lighting wise, if everything looks okay. Obviously we're rolling with a bit of a new setup today. I've made a few wiring changes as well. I'm just making sure that everything is coming through loud and visually clear as well. David Andre Hyatt is the next suggestion of the day, which I am very excited for. IK Fuego giving this one an 8 out of 10 as well. Very good stuff. Guys, we are live on Requested Live here on Cubcamtv. Out to each and every one of you looking in right about now. Moving forward then, we're going to get into this one. Kome with the 8 out of 10 as well. Emmy Stars with a 6 out of 10. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Brand new from Nasty C, 9 days ago. Wow. There's a little bit of feedback. I'm hearing that in my headphones. I'm trying to work out what it is. Because I don't know what it is. You know what? I'm going to move that out there. Hopefully that should now stop it. It might be an electrical issue, but we shall see. There we go then, my friends. I think I know what it is, and I think it's a little cable I've got under here, which is touching something. But there we go. Right, out to everyone joining us right about now. Success Web giving that one a 7 out of 10 as well. Rakaya says, obviously there's a little bit of feedback. Yeah, cool. Kome saying it's a good song. 8 out of 10. Right, we're going to move forward into the next track of the day. Brand new from Nasty C. This one.
Introducing the first ever...
Shut up, Google. Shut up, Google. Yashiri Ramadan saying, I actually love this. Sounds fantastic. The hooks are perfect. And he has a fantastic voice. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Very interesting. Very interesting. David Andre Hart saying, really, I'm not getting feedback. I don't know what it... I think there's just kind of like a little bit of... I think it's just electrical feedback. Obviously, I've rewired today. So I think there might be something that's touching something else that shouldn't be touching something else, if that makes sense. And I think I know what it is. I think it's the cable for my controller, which is over there, which does occasionally make a little buzzing noise, which I think is what it is. It's just a little sound that goes like for a couple of seconds every now and then. But I think we've sorted it because I haven't heard it in a while. Success Web saying you need to check out Larry, Gaga, and Wizkid Low. Hopefully we'll get round to it. Maybe not today, but we will try and get round to it as soon as we can. But we are going to talk about this one next. Nasty C, Stalling. This one, David Andre Hyatt's suggestion. Very excited to get into this one. It goes by the name Stalling. It's a lyric video. This one dropped 8 days ago. I think I saw it's on 365k already. Crazy numbers. So I'm very excited to jump into this one. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? As always, please do get involved. Dylan Alvarez saying Alkaline drop a new song. I've seen a couple of people asking for the Alkaline tune as well. I think what I'm going to do is once this stream is done, I'm going to do that on a standalone reaction because I'm a big fan of Alkaline and I want to make sure we're giving it the full treatment rather than just the 2-minute 30 treatment. And I know there's a lot of Alkaline fans on the channel as well. So don't worry, that will be coming tonight. I'm going to get that done as soon as this stream is finished and uploaded, but we're going to focus in on the requested section for now. Out to Dylan Alvarez in the chat though, and out to everyone else suggesting that. I think David suggested that at some point as well, and I think there was another suggestion a little bit further up that I didn't mean to skip over. I meant to come back to it and I completely forgot. So my apologies. Anyway, we're going to get to this one now. Nasty C, Stalling. Guys, get your fire emojis at the ready. Let's go.
If you want to leave, if you don't want to go the whole way there with me, then goodbye. Goodbye.
Instantaneous R&B flavor.
You can tell your friends don't bother me. You fucking up a good thing, and they all can see that I tried. I won't come back, I'm sorry. I'ma finish what you started. I thought you said you was all in, but you stalling. I won't come back, I'm sorry.
This is interesting,
I'ma
man.
finish what you started.
This very much feels like I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, because this is an area that I don't tend to visit, which is a lot more, as far as I'm aware, along I can't think of the official name for what this sort of sound is, but it's quite Americanized as far as I'm aware. It's almost like the modern sort of era of rap and R&B combining, and I can't remember what the sort of the names of the people in this sort of sound are. But is it Juice WRLD was in this sort of area, I think, to an extent, where it's basically sort of melodic rapping to an extent, but very auto-tuned at the same time. It sounds clean, though. It does sound clean, I can't lie. I'm just trying to get my head around where it is and what it kind of sounds like, but it does sound very, very solid indeed. Guys, how are we feeling about this one? Chat on the right-hand side. Let me know what you're enjoying.
I thought you said you was all in, you stalling. Breaking up, making up, same shit again. I don't wanna play these games with your friends. Pulling you away from me and push you back again. Too unstable to hold me down. Now you breaking your vows and you say I'm not around. But every time your friends let your ass hit the ground, I was making you smile. I would tell you that I'm proud of you. You ain't ready for love, girl, it's obvious. You living for your audience.
It's really nice. The cadences he's coming with and the sort of actual syllabic structure of the vocals, I'm really enjoying on this. Again, this isn't really an area where I tend to dive into, but it sounds great. Like, there's no getting away from it. It does sound great. It has a very kind of uplifting feel to it. It has a very kind of naturally enjoyable kind of way that it's put together. It's very easy to connect with sonically, and I feel with this sort of sound, one of the things that makes it so popular is the fact that you're able to kind of harmonize with it even if you can't sing. Like, it's quite easy to kind of hum along to it. The melodies aren't, you don't have to like be exerting a lot of energy to hum along to it, so it automatically pulls you in. Again, I'm liking the fact the visualizer is literally him sat in the back of the car. I've got such an appreciation for kind of low-budget visualizers that work as music videos. From a kind of production standpoint, from like a... I'm trying to think of a better way to describe it than label standpoint, but being able to create content that works at like a low kind of cost, I've got so much time for. I think it makes you such a more impressive artist, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I was just the ambiance. You play me like a champion. That's why we gotta end it while we young. If you ain't feeling what I'm feeling, then you must be numb. If we ain't real to one another, then we must be dumb. I think your real life just begun. You can just leave if you wanna leave. If you don't wanna go the whole way there with me, then goodbye. Goodbye. Tell your friends don't bother me. You fucking up a good thing, and they all can see that I tried.
I really like the hooks. That it's the sort of ascending melody. It just has this kind of uplifting feel about it. That's why it has this feeling of kind of ascension, this feeling of kind of getting back on track. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting off the tune. Como saying Nasty C is very talented, but the only songs of his on my playlist are Said featuring Runtown and Particular featuring Pato Rankin. Why is that, Como? Do let me know. David Andre Hyatt saying Nasty C killing it at the moment. Kimmer Rankin with the smooth. David Andre Hyatt, fire emojis. Frederick, fire emojis. Success Web, fire emojis. Dylan Alvarez, fire emojis. Como saying react to Kelly Rowland, Hitman. Fella inspired. We might have to get into that one on another stream. But we'll definitely get around to it at some point. We always do. Dominic Andrews saying not unique, but has a smooth flow. I expect more from him. 6 out of 10. David Andre Hyatt with the 9 out of 10. Interesting. Again, it's a mixed bag of reviews today.
I won't come back, I'm sorry. I'ma finish what you started. I thought you said you was stalling. You stalling. I won't come back, I'm sorry. I'ma finish what you started.
I really like this thing they're doing with the visualizer.
You stalling.
Again, it's such a simple thing.
You hate me. Who wants to live like that? It ain't me.
Like they're keeping, if there's any sort of layers of text on the visualizers with the lyrics, they're keeping it on there and then moving on. It's such a small little thing to do, but I know from an editing point of view, that would take so much longer to do than just putting them in. So again, it's an effort that's been made. Emmy Styles saying, not really my thing. Elvis John with the fire emojis. Success Web, 7 out of 10 so far. Again, a mixed bag on this one. Very interesting stuff, man. I'm enjoying it. It's a little bit different. Again, it's not really in my kind of zone. So Emmy, I agree with you on that one. It's not really my thing either. But of course, we try to appreciate things for what they are. Very Americanized. I don't think there's any getting away from that. I think it is a very sort of in the now sort of Americanized sound. But I think it's doing the job for what it is. I think it's solid. You know, the flows are cool. The actual vocal melodies are nice. And it definitely is doing the job of what the tune is supposed to do.
When anything goes wrong in your life, you blame me. This shit is crazy, can't let it faze me. I dodged the bullet, I almost gave you a baby. You not my woman, you only here when it's raining. You not a ride or die, you a ride till it's not what you wanted. You ain't ready for love, where you home at? Take my feelings with you cause you own it. I don't even want them.
This has got better as it's gone for me.
Got me thinking with my backbone that I don't know where we going at. So call it quits, cause you ain't calling me.
I like the fact that this late on,
you can't be stalling me. I can't be living
like,
with regret.
we are going to leave this one here.
I'm doing both of us a favor, you should own it.
We're going to leave it here. But I like the fact that he started employing the harmonies later on in the tune as well. Maybe bringing them through a little bit earlier might have been a good idea because it does give it that more sort of finessey kind of edge. It makes it feel more like an R&B sort of style tune rather than just a rap tune with electronic melody. But it does sound solid. I did enjoy this one. Frederick saying when you want to chill and feel good about yourself in the morning or late at night, you go with this. 7 out of 10. Shubby with the mind blown emojis. Guys, it looks like we're feeling this one overall. So there we go. Massive shouts out to each and every one of you joining us this evening. It's great to see so many of you getting involved. Right, for those who haven't already, please make sure that you are kind of getting involved in different assets of what the channel is doing. One of those things is, of course, the new TikTok page. If you are on TikTok, please go and follow at KXVU. That's the official link for Cubcamtv's TikTok. We're kind of doing DJ clips on there, and we are also putting up little clips of reactions as well when it works, basically, because obviously TikTok is quite specific content. We're trying to get involved, but we want to make sure that we aren't kind of forcing it, you know, so I'm focusing primarily on DJ content for there. Whenever there's a new bag of releases, I tend to put together a little mini mix, like a 1 minute mini mix, and put it up there. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying doing the DJ content, and it's getting a decent response, so there we go. Out to everyone locking in right about now. Fred giving this one a 7 out of 10, Rakaya with a 6 out of 10, 8.3 top from Kimmo ranking as well. Success Web saying Nasty C got bars. Dominic Andrews saying Frederick, I go for LMA for that early morning chill. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff indeed. Right then, moving forward, we are going to get into Dom. No, we're not. We're going to get into Asma Jamak's suggestion next. Harmonize with Ushamba. Out to everyone locking in right about now, and I need to remember to change this back to this. Otherwise, Kome will have a go at me. And that's why you need good moderators, such as Kome. There we go. This one came out. Bro, Harmonize just does numbers, doesn't he? Like, he does such ridiculous numbers on tunes. Year ago, 6.7 mil, calm, standard, average. It's crazy. I am a big fan of Harmonize, though, so I'm looking forward to this one. Out to the locked-in crew, each and every one of you. It's great to see so many of you joining us. I am a big fan of having this many people in the conversation. Yashiri on the previous tune. I don't even know what to say about him. He's that good. 9 out of 10. Success Web said Feet Runtown is still one of my best from Nasty C, giving it a 7 out of 10. Right then, guys, we're moving into this one. Harmonize with Ushamba. Let me know in the chat on the right-hand side how you are feeling about this one. I'm loving how interactive everyone is today. It's giving me energy. It's getting me ready for the weekend, and I suppose that's what this stream is here to do, especially at the slightly earlier time of 5 p.m. till 6:30. So let's jump into this one. Harmonize Ushamba. I know there are a lot of Harmonize fans on this channel, so let's see how it goes.
Conde boy, uoni Ushamba, uoni Ushamba, uoni Ushamba, uoni.
Loving the purple outfits, I can't lie.
Nyumbani familia inapiga miayo, yanafurahisha ufanyayo. Inapoa kudada deki, dereva ubakaki overtake.
The percussion on this, yeah, is so bouncy. Like, it's so intense in the way it sounds. Like, there's so much kind of side chaining going on. Everything is kind of falling beside the sides of the percussion. Those central drum lines are what is really driving this one forward. There's so much kind of potency and power in the way the drums are kind of working. The vocals are almost playing like secondary roles in the way the tune's coming together, which is absolutely crazy. Big fan of this one so far, though. I am enjoying it. I'm a big fan of Harmonize in general, so I might be a little bit biased. But guys, how are we feeling about the general layout of this one so far? Let me know on the right-hand side.
Yupo kitandani kajilegeza, minishajipaka vya kuteleza, eti baby leo Simba wanacheza. Uoni Ushamba, hazibandi material, kutona like picha za makalio, vya wenzangu sijipe matamanio.
Guys, so consistent. I've yet to react to a Harmonize tune that I actively didn't like.
Uoni Ushamba, uoni Ushamba, uoni Ushamba, uoni.
Loving that little guitar line in the background as well. That sort of just kind of, it's almost has like a percussive texture to it in the way that it sounds, because it's driving forward so much. You really do get this kind of sense of it almost feels like you're kind of tiptoeing over the top. You're kind of dancing through whilst you're listening to it. And again, Harmonize constantly switching up the flavors, switching up the sounds, really delivering a nice kind of vocal switch up there as well. That's a very sort of rave-inspiring switch up, which works really nicely. The video looks clean as well. Why is he so consistent, man? It's crazy. Just how many times that we've reacted to Harmonize on this channel, and every single time it's enjoyable. Like, I'm yet to hear a Harmonize tune on this channel that I didn't like. Very weird shot.
Bila sababu wananikunjia ndita. Alina meno ilo simbaze, kila demu lazima litangaze. Huo tunahita uoni Ushamba. Hivi dunia ndo ipo kikomo maana ni waganga wanapiga promo, hadi Insta wanapeji za kujipigia domo. Uoni Ushamba.
I think for me it's the versatility that I like the most with Harmonize. I like the fact that he's able to do different things on one tune. Like, he's able to kind of do the vocal stuff in regards to sort of singing. Obviously, there's a lot of auto-tune going on, but the way that he kind of projects himself from a rap perspective, for me, is what makes him stand out. I think the actual flow patterns he uses, the kind of intricacies of those flow patterns at the same time, just gives it such a uniquely kind of lively feel. I'm loving the way this has been shot as well, with all the different kind of clothing colors in there, like the red background with the white jacket. Like there's so many kind of the yellow jacket, sorry. There's so many different things being used in this that are kind of visually stimulating, that are just adding to the vibe of the tune, which really, really works, man. Out to everyone locking in right about now as well. Give us your thoughts, guys. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you. That's what this show is all about, as I've said before. It's about hearing your opinions on tunes as much as it is about me reacting to them. But yeah, let me know.
Ngonguti yupo mbezi kwa demo pesa tafuti vipi kikupiga kibuti uoni ushamba konda wa daladala menipitisha bahati mbaya nililala unataka lipete na ni busara uoni ushamba uoni ushamba uoni ushamba uoni ushamba uoni kaja na vumbi uso umefuba anadai kapaka poda kaniomba nauli ya uba.
Even the kind of filtration we're hearing on the drums as well, we're giving it very much that sort of dance floor sort of feel, which is really interesting. The fact that you've kind of got these much more, again, sort of club orientated 4x4 dance music feels kind of rolling into what is a much more sort of Afrobeats orientated sound. It's really interesting to hear the sort of effects being used, the sort of filtrations, those sort of slides, the kind of vocal switch-ups as well, doing similar things that you would hear in instrumentation. It's an interesting tune when you kind of break down what's actually going on with it. And again, Harmonize is always able, seemingly, to supply the vocal that fits the job at hand. Very much enjoying this one. Guys, how are we feeling about it? We're going to give it another 30 seconds or so. I want to see your ratings on the right-hand side. I want to see your ratings in the comment section. Let me know. And then we're going to jump into the next one of today. So keep it locked. And give me your feelings, man. I'm keen to hear.
Vitu vingine haviji kwa ubongo punguzeni sifa wanaso mchongo demu humjuu na mpakia mkongo yendo kalewa kuliko wote anaimba na kucheza ngoma zote wakati wa kulipa bili sina chochote meno yote nje anachekelea asante baby nimepokea asa mbono ujatuma na kutolea umepambazuka alfajiri tupo klabu mana nasema subiri yani kisa yeye ndo mwenye usafiri
There we go then, people. We are going to round this one off there. The sounds of Harmonize with Ushamba. I'm a fan of this one. I've enjoyed it. Let me know on the right-hand side how you're feeling about this one. We can't really move on until we get some of your opinions on this one, so do let me know how you're feeling about it. Again, I'm a big Harmonize fan. I like the consistency that he comes with. I've seen a couple of things this year where he's been talking about kind of wanting to release at least a tune a month. So far, he's been true to that. I've seen him on a lot of features as well. I think he's going to be featuring on the new Diamond Platinum's EP as well. Most likely, I know they're quite close musically, which should be interesting. But yeah, I'm a fan of this one. I'm a fan of the approach. Ckay saying there is something missing. I'm supposed to really like this song, but I don't. I love Yope by Inos. That one is on my playlist. I'm assuming that has a kind of similar vibe to this one. Harmonize, 9 out of 10. It's a bop for me. I can't help it. Yeah, that's what, you know what it is? That's what it is for me. Like, everything that he puts out there, for me, just seems to have like this unique element that makes me want to move. Like, I don't know what it is, but there always seems to be a kind of element, there's always this kind of unique thing for me. It feels like there's a singular thing about each tune that just kind of pulls you back. For me, I think it's the kind of bubbling kind of melody on this one, combined with the combination of different vocals that Harmonize brings to the table. Fred saying there's no uniqueness after one listen. I'm not going back. Interesting. Very interesting. When you say no uniqueness, like, is that because you've heard other tunes that sound very much like this, or are you saying it sounds like other Harmonize tunes? Ckay, he needs to, this comes from Dominic Andrews saying, Ckay, he needs to fit it with a melodious, higher octave vocal. That would be cool. I could definitely see that working and adding an extra level of texture, probably to come in at midway. Yeah, I could see that. I feel the second half of the tune doesn't hit the same way the first one does. I feel the first half of the tune is a lot more about, like, exploring. And you feel there's new things happening. I feel the second half, it doesn't tail off necessarily, but it feels like there isn't as much going on, you know? But yeah, there we go. That's the sound of that one. Fred saying, love the beat. He should have done better. Okay, cool. So it's Harmonize. Okay, cool. That makes sense. It's Harmonize that is the factor that isn't the unique bit. Okay, cool. Right. Dominic Andrews, your time has come. Your time has come. We're getting into some Ckay next. I know everyone loves a bit of Ckay. And Dominic Andrews has made a pledge that for the next few weeks he's going to give me Ckay tunes we won't have heard. So I think this is the tune we're going to get into. Off the same EP we reacted to.
Meet the first ever.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Fred giving it a 5 out of 10. Unique beat. I like this from Harmonize. 8.5 out of 10. And Dominic Andrews saying it sounds like it. I think this is in response to that. I've said obviously it sounds like the first section is all new. The second isn't as exciting. And Dominic says because it's the repeat of the first section. I probably agree with that, to be fair. I'd need to listen to it again to confirm, but I'm pretty sure it is. Out to Success Web giving it a 6 out of 10 as well. Dominic Andrews, it's your time, sir. It's your time. It's your time. From next week as well, I might get a sound pad involved because I'm getting a few people to make me jingles for the channel, and I want some explosions and some air horns to run because I always run them on the breakfast show, and I'm not able to run them on this because I haven't got the setup for it. But I'm going to try and get those loaded in. Anyway, next up, Ckay. This one at Ski off Ckay the First. We did react to one of the tracks off this EP last week on Requested Live, and this suggestion comes to us from Dominic Andrews. So as always, Dominic, can you please give us a little bit of information about this tune? I'm very keen to hear more about it and obviously learn as we go. Out to everyone locked in right about now. If you haven't already, please make sure you are throwing a like on the video. And if you aren't subscribed, please make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. Without further ado, we're going to jump into the sounds of this one. Let's go.
Tempo.
What have you done to me? Somebody call 911, it's an emergency. Okay, what you got to me? I'm losing control.
As always with Ckay, man, he has this ability to create a sense of atmosphere within near enough every arrangement that he puts forward. I don't know how he does it, but there's this kind of unique ability that he has to really kind of push forward a sense of kind of depth within his recordings. I know he's quite involved on the production side of things as well, but there just always feels like there's this sort of star-spangled backdrop. And it's glittering in the background as he kind of brings the vocal forward. And this is another example of that in action, man. Like, I feel this is obviously before he kind of blew up as much as he has done. And it sounds probably a little less sort of pop-centric. This sounds a little bit more experimental, as I'm finding a lot of the earlier Ckay stuff is. But it sounds great. It really, really does. And it holds up well as well. Those vocals, are you mad? Man, the high-end vocals are crazy. You know what? This might go straight into my top 3 Ckay tunes, you know? There's something so enjoyable about this. The actual vocal is the actual vocal is so clean, and it's a high-ended vocal as well. That is a high octave to hit. If you try and hit that vocal line, I can't hit that vocal line. I can't go above it. I can't go above that. How's he able to do it, man? It's crazy. The actual vocal range on this guy is unbelievable. Success Web saying Ckay equals smooth. Dominic Andrews saying his range is vast. He is both the main artist and a feature. I agree with that. He's able to play both roles very nicely. And the one, let me just see if I can make sure I get this right. And the one Upper saying Ckay is a great composer of good music. So Sick Inc. saying Alkaline's dropped a new song. We're going to be getting into the full reaction for that one once we've done on today's stream. So that will probably be dropping at around sort of 7-ish. But it's in the diary. I've written it in the diary whilst we've been on the live stream. You may have seen me typing. But yes, I'm going to get into that as soon as we have finished this stream. Dominic Andrews saying he is the producer. Nothing else to add in. Your reaction says it all. Yeah. Crazy. Elvis John saying it's a very lovely song. Lovely doesn't even cut it for me, man. This feels like it's groundbreaking, but like it's already happened. So it's difficult to kind of summarize what that would be. It feels like groundbreaking for the time. I don't know.
You depend me, you when money no there. You leave me when money no there. Roboto, isti roboto, roboto, isti roboto, roboto, isti roboto, roboto, isti
Ckay, you're too much. You are too much, mate. This is crazy. That little kind of instrumental switch up there, kind of going through the... That's mental. Oh, man. I slept on Ckay, man. Which is difficult because he's got some of the most most listened to things on this channel. But this is... Bro, I've slept on him on a production angle. I can understand why Dominic has been so insistent on me checking out the older Ckay stuff. His actual range is outstanding, isn't it? Like, really. It is pretty outstanding. It's not as if he's just kind of blown up out of nowhere. He has the catalogue to back it up. Maybe not the kind of period of time to back it up, but in the short space of time that we have heard him, clearly he's got the catalogue there, at least the depth of range within that catalogue. Dominic Andrews saying his beats always allows his vocals to come through entirely. Emmy Styles saying this is mad, never heard this. Alongside this as well, Kimmer Ranking saying best song so far. Fred saying please react to Ckay, a soldier. I don't know if we're going to have time past the request we've already got in for today's show, Fred, but we are going to get in. We'll get into it at some point without a shadow of a doubt. I love Ckay. Alongside this, DNA News TV saying hi, the Alkaline song drop. Yeah, we're going to get into it once we finish this live stream. That's going to come up at 7. It'll be on the channel hopefully by 7.
You want to be like Regina Daniel. You want to rock Brazilian hair. Every year you up in the new whip. Make a living off a relationship. Angelina Cocos. Only money open.
Oh, bro.
Vanity na vanity. Me say go me money. Yes, you love me. I've been drowning on my sorrows. I've been drinking. Haven't been sleeping.
What?
Cause you need me.
It's too much, man. No. This might be a 10 out of 10 for me, you know. This is crazy. Man, Ckay, man. Dominic's just said the perfect thing in the chat, saying Ckay was gunpowder waiting to be lit for years. Clearly. The range is crazy. Even down to like the things that I love about tunes, the little kind of random percussive stabs that are like that almost sound like you're hitting like a tin pan, like it, on when you're in the kitchen with a spoon. That little random sort of sound that just kind of shatters off the side. It sounds so cool. There are so many individual cool little things that happen within this that make it sound so cool. This is a crazy tune, man. Out to Dominic Andrews each and every time.
You did pay me, you did pay my body, baby, you no try from you. Angelina, you did pay me, my money no there. You leave me with money no there.
Listen to all the individual little things that are going on. That's what makes it so sonically stimulating, man. The fact that every second or so, something new happens, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We are going to round this one off there, though. This is awesome. This is genuinely awesome. There's so much going on. Out to everyone in the chat feeling this one as well. Fred giving this one a 9 out of 10. DNA News saying full up torture. Also saying I would give it a 9 out of 10. Is the vocal sound is brilliant. And one upper saying loved one TT just went platinum in the UK today. Congratulations to Ckay, man. That's huge. That's huge. I didn't actually know that. That's amazing. I did a video a little while ago about Ckay's kind of progress and obviously getting the level of views that he's now getting, and that got such a wicked response. It's awesome to see, man. Like, the more I hear of his back catalogue, the more I appreciate him as an artist. Like, obviously when you see someone blow up and you haven't seen anything else they've done, you kind of get this idea wrongly, but without most people get this. I definitely get this if someone blows up and I haven't heard anything else they've done. I kind of get this thing of, oh, they've kind of blown up out of nowhere. Maybe they don't deserve to blow up. People do it all the time. I do it without even realising a lot of the time, and I'll openly admit that. But the more we kind of dive into the catalogue, there's no getting away from the fact this guy is gifted without a shadow of a doubt. Like, it's crazy, the actual ability that he has. Alongside this, Success Web saying emo Afrobeat. Como saying, did you see Ckay on the red carpet in the Brits Award show? I told him he's now chilling with the big boys. Well, I've seen clips of him there. Which is crazy. Success Web, 9 out of 10 for me. Calculator Free World saying, please react to Gentleman by Rick Hassani. If we get time today, we will. We might not get time today. As always, guys, if you want to get your track, your suggestion reacted to, get into the chat as early as you can, because that's the only way we're going to get through them all. We'll never get through them all. There'll always be more to do. But there we go. Coming up next then, we are going to get into this one from Kimmer Ranking suggestion. There we go. Out to each and every one of you joining us today as well. Very much enjoying this one. Como is saying Ckay is always a 10 out of 10. Elvis John with the fire emojis. Emmy Styles 9 out of 10 flames. Yeah, this is a big one. This is a huge tune. Elvis John with the 9.5 out of 10 as well. Huge stuff. Very much enjoyable. And I've got to say, news just in, after the hour mark, this is the most people we've ever had locked into a stream in total. I can see the total number of streams below. And at this point, this is the most we've ever had locked in. So big up each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you for getting involved. It's great. I'm enjoying today's show a lot, and I'm loving how interactive everyone is. That's the best part of it about this for me. I get to talk to you guys and enjoy good sounds and get told what to listen to, which is the opposite of what I do for a job, so it's fantastic. Right, next, we're going to get into this one. Kimmer Ranking suggestion from Obongjayar. I'm a big fan of this guy. I think he's genuinely generational. I don't know if this is off the new EP. It might well be off the new EP. I had a little listen to the new EP the other day. I'm looking forward to this one because Obongjayar is genuinely outstanding. You know what we might do? Because that's a music video and it's an extra 4.5 minutes. I want to get justice on the tune, so we're going to listen to just the audio just so we can enjoy more of the tune and less of the video. I hope you don't mind.
This revolutionary new device can remove up to 10 times more earwax than a traditional cotton swab. Latest studies show that cotton swabs are not good for your ears.
Right, out to everyone in the chat saying, Dominic Andrews, I have to jump off the live stream now, but here in spirit, Cub, big up for the Afrobeats love each and every time, sir. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to see so many of you joining us. Nwanapa saying 9.9 out of 10 for the previous one. Calculator Free World with the clap emoji. Success Web with the pleasure is always ours, Cub. Dominic Andrews saying you are welcome. It's so great. I love doing this show, man. I love doing the show, and I love talking to all of you, and I love seeing all of you chatting as well. It makes it feel like what I want this kind of live stream environment to be, which is essentially a music forum. I want people to be able to discuss the sounds they like. I'd love it if we could start like bringing news in here as well, and like just having a general conversation about what's going on sound wise. But there we go. I'm very excited to get into this one. Out to Kimmer Rankin, message in a hammer. This one from Obongjayar, and again for me, Obongjayar is one of the most exciting musicians in the world currently. Obviously taking influence from a number of different areas. He had a very sick collaboration with Little Sims earlier this year. Also had a very sick collaboration with Shay Lingo as well. I think that's Eyes on the Prize, which is it Eyes on the Prize? It might be Eyes on the Prize that they collaborated on. I can't remember, but they have whatever song it was they collaborated on. I remember we were running it on radio for weeks. It was track of the week. Like, it's a huge tune. And on an actual kind of musicality level, Obongjayar is literally a level above. So there we go. Looking forward to getting to this one. Uzabor saying, please react to Pretend by Zegra. We won't have time today, realistically, but do get your request in for the next show, and we might be able to get around to it. Just because we've already had a ton of requests in and we've only got around 20 minutes left. The show is flying by today. Right, Obongjayar, message in a hammer. Let's get into this one, people. I hope you are enjoying the show as much as I am. Let's go.
In trouble, every stroke is war. They drown it once before us. Oh, make it.
Stop it. Bro, he's so good. Like, it's so unique, it's so out there, it's so individual, but like it's so encapsulating right from the jump. It's a shame that we can't watch. You know what we might do, actually? I might go and watch the video, but skip past anything at the beginning, because I'm sure the video actually slaps. Yeah, I'm just going to skip past the intro and just get straight to the tune. There we go. Right, we'll do it this way around. Kimmer Ranking saying Obongjayar is like a hybrid of Fella, Michael Jackson, Burna Boy, and Bruno Mars. Honestly, his musicality is through the roof. Right from the jump, I'm excited, man. We're going to reload this one properly and go from the beginning with the video. You're hearing those synths?
Born in trouble, every stroke is war. They drown it once before us.
Are you hearing what he's doing? Oh my god, man, this guy. It's the creativity in the way that he puts sound together for me that absolutely blows my mind. I think genuinely he's generational. Obviously, you can have, like, your sort of big, a lot of the sort of more global sort of people. Like, for me, the best way to put this is, for me, what Ckay would be doing if he didn't have the automatic, like, sort of mainstream appeal, which Ckay does. Obongjayar is almost more on the side of, I don't really care, I want to try things and take things in an entirely different direction, regardless of what happens. Now, I'm not saying that Ckay does things specifically for that kind of attention, but I feel his sound naturally gravitates much towards a field where that's something that can happen. Obongjayar's going, nah, I'm just going where I want to go. I'm just going where I want to go. It's ridiculous how unique he is. Even the intro of this with those sort of the guitar, like sort of electric guitar lines that sort of sound across the beginning reminds me of what's the name of the tune from The Weeknd? Oh, that's so bad that I don't remember that. It's a Weeknd tune that starts off by going like I need to remember the name of that tune. But anyway, let's crack on.
Message in this hammer is coming down on you. Message in a bomb, even at your head. Message in this hammer coming down on you. Message in this bomb.
Are you hearing what he's doing?
At your head. You can't beat me, shoot me, kill me, throw me in jail. You can't strip me, you.
Stop! You very rarely see me get this excited on a stream. I try to keep it quite composed. But I am pulling some mad faces right now, and this is outrageously good, man. Obongjayar is generational, man. He's generational. There's no getting away from it. Emmy Starr saying he's special. I see a lot of Brymo influence on this guy. I think there's so much influence from numerous different places, man. I think he's crazy. Joey's in the chat. How are you doing, Joey? Good to see you. We're having a bit of a moment right now. You're hearing the sort of 8-bit sounds in there as well. Sort of.
You need to start pulling your finger out.
Straight out of a Danny Dyer film. This is absolutely crazy, man. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. As Goya Manor said, take it easy from Kome. I can't take it easy, unfortunately. This is too much. Out to Manny O, I saw you suggest something earlier as well, actually. I know you mentioned the Dark Eye and Black Sheriff tune. I will be getting into that at some point over this weekend. Do not worry. Again, I'm going to do that as a standalone reaction. I just haven't had time to get into it today. We have done the Afro B and Kids Daniel Bluffin tune. That's up on the channel already. Big up Afro B. I've seen him comment on the channel once or twice. He's a good guy. And makes bangers. But yeah, let's get back into this.
What are you doing? I didn't realise you... What are you doing? Is it fucking finished?
No, sir.
Does the plate look finished?
No.
Well, let's finish it together, shall we? Come here. Let's go down. Get down. Finish
sir,
it.
I didn't mean...
Come on. Don't be shy. Get your head down. Eat it. Come on. Eat it. Lay it out. Go on. Lovely. That's nice, isn't it? Now, fuck off.
Even throwing something like that in the video, man. Like, it's crazy. It genuinely is. Like, the actual creativity behind the design, even the kind of, like, the sort of black leather and the red background, it looks so kind of visually cool as well. But that scene, like, that's out of any Danny Dyer film or any sort of UK gangster film, isn't it, realistically? Like, anything, you've got the overactive hard nut at the dinner table. That's always a part of it. I'm really enjoying this, man. I mean, this is a Sonic experience. And that's what I live for, having Sonic experience.
I have seen the future. In the future you want. We have been reborn. To build we must destroy. I don't want peace, so we don't talk to retire. I won't say please, so we fight fire, we fire. We are the people.
This might be my favourite of the day, you know.
Government devils, all of their liars, all of their liars, all of their president, governor, senator, commissioner, ambassador.
Oh, man. You know what? This would be amazing to hear. Hearing this live in a festival setting would be absolutely incredible. Hearing this in a sort of live environment with a live band playing, this sort of rolling sections here, where you're just getting that sort of on the sort of roll. This is an addictive sounding tune, man. Now, I'm pretty sure we started at around a minute in. So yeah, we're gonna carry on with this one for another 30 seconds or so. I know we've already gone over the time, but yeah, this is absolutely crazy. Out to Adiyinka joining for the first time. It's great to see you joining us. Thank you. It's great to see more people in the chat than ever before. This is the most listened to show so far. This is absolutely crazy. Take Kome's advice, and I'm going to calm down there with a slight fade out. But wow. Undoubtedly, one of my favourite tunes we've ever reacted to on this stream. You've probably seen before. I think it's only Kids Daniel Flex where I've actually sat here and lost my mind whilst reacting. But yeah, I tried to keep it very real. I tried to keep it very, like, actual reaction level. But this has been an outstanding thing to react to. Guys, let me know in the chat on the right-hand side how we're feeling about this one. Let's get some fire emojis. Let's get a rating out of 10. Again, it's so difficult to rate because it is so different. But let me know on the chat on the right-hand side how you are feeling about this one. I'm very keen to hear your opinions on it, because for me, this is groundbreaking. This is the sort of thing that I look for in sound. So unique. Someone's just commented on something saying it's 5, by the way. What does that mean? Oh, I don't know. There we go. Oh, it's on Ash's album earlier. I didn't know whether it was V or 5. But there we go. There we go, guys. How are we feeling? Let me know. Come on. Kim are ranking with the mind-blown emojis. Well, they're not mind-blown. They're almost like meditation emojis. Success Web saying, great to have you, Adiyinka. It is great to have you, Adiyinka. Thank you for joining us. As always, I love seeing more and more people joining this conversation. Not that I don't value each and every one of you that's already here. I love seeing all the regulars back inside each week. But obviously, we want to grow and we want to kind of take it to another level, which is fantastic. Joey's saying, I see a mosh pit when performed live. This one, 10 out of 10. You know what? I'm approaching 10 out of 10. It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy seeing how good this one sounds. Out to each and every one of you in the chat. Come on, guys. I know there's a few more of you locked in than are currently commentating, so please do let me know your thoughts on this one. Throw a rating on it if you can. Emmy Styles with the 10 out of 10. You know what? It might end up being the first 10 out of 10 we get on the show. It's so unique as well. Kim Morankin with the 10 out of 10. Success Web with the 9 out of 10 rating, saying very unique indeed. He didn't add the indeed. I've added the indeed for effect. Right, we're going to get into two more. We're going to do two more. We're going to get into this El Hee one first, Feeling You, from Ahmed Hassin. That's going to be the next one. Adiyinka saying, no idea what song it is, but it reminds me of rock mixed with old Afrobeat. It's a very unique sound. If you haven't heard what Obongjayar is doing yet, please do go and check him out, honestly. One of my favourite musicians in the world currently. I actually tweeted a few days ago saying that he is genuinely generational. I can't... I just need to find the name of this tune before we get into this. Obongjayar with Ckay Linga. I'm pretty sure this is on FIFA. Have they not? I swear they've collaborated. could have sworn they collaborated. No, it's Tamarabi on Eyes on the Prize. It's Obongjayar and someone else. Who is it? I know Obongjayar has a tune which I was running. Is it Passaloo? It is Passaloo. That's who it is. It's Passaloo. Style and Fashion. That's the tune. Go and check out Style and Fashion by Passaloo if you haven't already. At Compton in the chat. Hello, sir. I shall be joining you in about 35 minutes or so for this evening's entertainment, without a shadow of a doubt. Joey saying it's a madness set to music. It most definitely is. But we're going to get into this one now from El Hee. Goes by the name Feeling You. Okay. Mutai and El Hee.
What if there was a phone that could see you the way you see you? Is
that the voice actor that I think it is? The guy that plays Grey Worm in Game of Thrones. Is that the same voice actor? I always hear this advert and wonder. I never really know. But there we go. Come on, Google. Come on, Google. Right then. There we go. Some good news, ladies and gentlemen. If you are locked in for the first time and you are in here for the exclusives, we've just confirmed an interview with Blue Lab Beats, who are amazing. So we'll be getting into that this week. Very exciting stuff. Right, let's jump into this one then. Mutai and El Hee. It goes by the name Feeling You. This one suggested. Let me just go back so I can remember. There's so many comments today. This is crazy. This one suggested by Ahmed Hussein. It goes by the name Feeling You. We're going to jump into this one now. Let's go.
I like Mutai.
Oh yeah. Really don't do this. Oh yeah.
I like this animation. It's an interesting introduction. Just before we jump into the actual breakdown of this one, it's an interesting introduction. I always find it a little bit worrying when your first 30 seconds are all introduction on a tune that's only 3 minutes long. I feel you could probably do with cutting that in half if you want to utilize the actual time you've got going on. Drums on this sound nice, very kind of thick, very bouncy, very nicely processed as well. I have a funny feeling this might sound a little bit generic though. If I'm being entirely honest, it feels like the approach so far feels like it's a tad cookie cutter. I'm very interested to see how it develops though.
Nice and your hips don't lie, yeah. On motion, girl, you caught my eye. Say tonight I see you dancing for the corner. As a bad boy, oh Jimmy Tishana. And I wanna give you everything you want now. Oh girl, I'm feeling you. Down to the early moon, feeling you. You don't have to try, girl, I'm feeling you. I don't know, but I'm feeling you, girl.
So yeah.
Down to the early moon, feeling you.
There's something about this visualizer which is really pleasing, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if whether it's the simplicity, or it kind of takes me back to, I don't know, watching cartoons as a kid. But there's something about the way it's animated that really does give me that vibe. But yeah, overall, there's definitely a kind of generic sort of cookie cutter feel to this one. Without a shadow of a doubt, I feel the way the vocals are kind of sitting, the fact that they are quite raw, they're not super affected. The hook is quite affected. A lot of kind of auto-tune and electronic elements going on with that one, but it definitely feels rhythmically as though I've heard this tune before in sort of different formats. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Like, it definitely feels solid for what it is, but I don't think it's necessarily groundbreaking in any way. But then not every tune has to be groundbreaking. Sometimes you just want tunes that fill the gap. When I hear a reggae tune in 2022 that sounds like it was made in the 90s, and I've already heard it, I get super excited about it. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Add to Fraser in the chat as well.
Tell me why you find so fine. You can see that and I want you all the time on your. So you got that sugar, make a man feel okay. When you ain't make a man feel like, oh, with the things you do, you they bust my brain, make me one day go low, yeah. And I say, wait, I'm falling now. You got me wanting your body, you got me wanting more.
Smooth though.
Look what you're starting now.
It is smooth, man. I think Joey's made a good point in the chat as well, saying it doesn't help it coming after such a fire track that we just heard. This is actually a good tune. The cartoon is heartwarming. Yeah. I definitely think that is probably playing a part in it. My brain cells have been kind of fried by how good Obongjayar is, and I want to make sure I'm not taking away from this one because it's solid. There's no getting away from it. It is solid. The actual vocals are quite sweet, and he's also said the cartoon is heartwarming. That's the best way to describe it. Like, it feels, I don't know, quite innocent, quite like nice more than anything else. And sometimes being nice is fine, and it's enjoyable. Just nice, heartwarming things. That's a good way to describe it, to be honest with you. Guys, let me know in the chat on the right-hand side how we're feeling about this one. It's a bizarre one, kind of following on. It's almost been a bit of a victim of selection more than anything else. But yeah, it's an interesting one.
Got me wanting your body, you got me wanting more. Say tonight I see you dancing for the corner. As a bad boy, oh Jimmy Tishano. And I wanna give you everything you want now. Oh girl, I'm feeding you, I'm feeding you. Down to the early moon, feeding you. You don't need to try, girl, I'm feeding you. I don't know what I'm feeding you. Down to the early moon, feeding you.
Vocal's quite sweet.
Down to the early moon, feeding you. You don't need to try, girl, I'm feeding you.
Like the actual rhythm of the hook is really catchy. That like it's quite circular, quite hypnotic. Again, that's very kind of rotational kind of feel of the way the vocal sounds. It's solid, to be fair. I feel really bad for this now because I've opened up saying it sounds really generic, and it does have generic feels. But the more I listen to it, the more I kind of actually appreciate those sort of generic feels. They're kind of things that naturally wrap around you. They're sort of areas of sound that you're naturally familiar with, and the vocal itself isn't actually that generic. It just feels like it isn't as expansive as the two tunes we've just heard. Obviously, we've gone from a Ckay classic sounding tune into an Obongjayar groundbreaker, into something which is just like nice and it just does the job, you know. So yeah, it's a very bizarre scenario to find ourselves in. Out to Compton in the chat, being an absolute menace, as he always likes to be. So reminds me of Gangnam Style. Very, very bizarre, but you're very bizarre, Jake, I've got to say. Rakaya saying it's a cute song, good beats and gets me moving. Calm and smooth vocals, really vibe with it, 8 out of 10. Rakaya saying 7 out of 10. Kome saying, yeah, that's how my bestie Fiskaya ended up coming up short after a fire track. We'll see about that. Fraser got me feeling some kind of way. Everything gets you feeling some kind of way. Emmy Styles saying sweet vibes, 8 out of 10. Okay, Raphael saying please react to Asha featuring Cavemen. We will be doing a reaction to Asha's tune with the Cavemen off her new album, Standalone. So we won't do that one today, but I am going to do that. I'm going to react to a few things off that album. I'm actually in contact with her UK press agent, and I'm very much trying to set up a conversation that we could do on The Breakfast Show. That's what I'd love to do. Jake saying vibes. Joey saying earworm. You'll be humming it in the shower. This is exactly what I'm likely to be doing with this one. Let's get some ratings in, guys. If you haven't already, give this one another 30 seconds or so.
I'm on this body, gon' make me crazy. I'm on this body, gon' make me crazy. Biggie back and see the cause I can't go. Be waiting for long, so long to find you. And I say, wait, I'm falling now. You got me wanting your body, you got me wanting more.
You know what? I'd love to hear this in the dark.
What you starting now? You got me wanting your body, you got me wanting more.
We'll finish off this one there, but just that kind of roll that it goes through, that sort of that sort of rolling kind of feel, it just that makes me want to be in like a bar when there's a DJ playing, having a good time. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting off this one. Like it's a good roller of a tune. Definitely a tune for good times, without a shadow of a doubt. Emmy Styles, your tune is next. Indeed. You stayed the entire time. Fair play. Sars alongside World with Mad. Did this one come out today? I've got a funny feeling this one actually came out today. Adi Yinka giving this one a 7 out of 10 as well. Out to Arewa saying, please react to Asha featuring Big Wiz. That's already on the channel. I got into that one earlier. Yeah, you can check out the full reaction to that one over on the page now. Yeah, that's up now, so you can go and check it out. It's doing quite well as well. It's approaching a K. And any time we get a video that hits a K in the first day, I'm very happy with it. I can't lie. But there we go, Mad. Is this a tune that's already out, or has it been around for a while? No, it's 2 years old. I'm pretty sure World had a new one out today, which I haven't actually had a chance to check out yet. Success Web, you are entirely correct on that one. Big up everyone getting involved today. I've got to say, it's been a very enjoyable stream. This is likely to be the last one. No, it isn't going to be the last one because we've got time to go a little bit longer today, so I'm going to go slightly longer than we normally would. We'll do the numbers game for the final tune after this one. For those that don't know the numbers game, I will explain it a little bit later on. But we're going to get to this one, Sars and World. This one, mad. It's from 2 years ago. It's on 11 million plays. Fantastic stats. It's around 5.5 million a year if you count something around 5.5 million a year, around that sort of stuff. But yeah, we're going to get into this one now. Out to everyone locked in. Hope you are going to enjoy this one. I think I am going to enjoy this one. Very, very enjoyable stuff. Let's go. Let's go, Sars. Absolute legend of the game is Sars, in my humble opinion. Right from the jump, man. That sort of rolling guitar line underneath is very, very solid. Like, it's very kind of crunchy. Really, really nice. The actual percussion on this one is solid as well. Really, really kind of broad in the way it's been put together. A lot of different things doing a singular thing. This is, I always go back to the Marco Pierre White quote. I don't know how many people will know who Marco Pierre White is. In my opinion, the best British chef to ever exist. And I really care about catering because I used to be a chef back in the day. But he said, as a quote, which has always kind of stuck with me, perfection is lots of little things done well, which I completely agree with as a kind of concept. And this is, not saying this is perfection, but this is kind of giving a good example of what that means. Like the kind of use of the very scattered percussion with a lot of different things going on at once. You've got the bass line just kind of strumming away underneath, just giving it this very kind of, not even clunky, but it just has this very kind of wooden sort of sound to it. It's really cool.
Dealing with my stress, dealing with your stress, and you know I'm dealing with my friends, I'm dealing with your friends, and you know it. We're gonna get mad sex, we're gonna get mad sex, and you know we gotta make you come fresh, we gotta make you come fresh. Make we no throw it, oh make we no forget.
The dip is unbelievable. Even the little like sort of metallic kind of like shimmers we're getting off certain pieces of percussion, it just gives it this really unique feeling, man. Really, really nicely put together. Joey saying Gordon Ramsay ruined that quote for everyone. You know what? I had this conversation with a good friend of mine who is a chef, and he says he doesn't see Gordon Ramsay as a chef anymore, despite the fact he probably is still one of the best cooks on the planet. And he can back that up whenever he wants. He doesn't see him as a chef anymore. And he agrees with me. Marco Pierre White's the best thing to ever happen to UK culinary scenarios. Out to Jake saying it's raw. We're talking chef business here. Out to Fraser T saying I'd say less crunchy, more al dente. You two are just here to cause trouble, aren't you? Absolute retrobates, the pair of you. But there we go. We'll carry on.
My way, baby, not today. You want to fight or you want to stay? Do me wrong and I'll take all the blame. Do me something to make I go crazy. Say you want and you need. When you call her the beat, oh, make me take on the easy. Teach your love to the greedy.
That vocal's so solid, man.
Say you better for leave me, oh, make me not turn smarty into bigger song.
That little string line coming in the background as well. I love hearing string lines over sort of Afrobeat sounding things. I don't know what it is. Sinner. Sinner by Adekunle and Lucky Day. That cello line in that is something so special to me. Again, on I think it's Love Is Life or Life Is Love by the new one from Basket Mouth, Simi, Johnny Drill, and M.I. Abanga. The cello line on that is outrageous. There's such a good kind of place for strings on this. Elvis John saying, AV, please. We're going to play the numbers game in a second, so you might get your chance. The next one will be the last one from me. Ada Yinka saying, it's been 10 out of 10 since 2 years ago and remains so today. I'm actually genuine. I like the pluck bass line. It's dope. Good man, Jake. I'm going to slowly bring you in. Slowly bring you into this sort of sound. I know you like it, really.
dealing with my stress, dealing with your stress, and you know I'm dealing with my friends, I'm dealing with your friends, and you know it. We're gonna get mad sex, we're gonna get mad sex, and you know we gotta make you come fresh, we gotta make you come fresh, and you know, like I know, that you know, that I know.
There's so many catchy things about this one, man. There's so many catchy things. Obviously, this one came out a couple of years ago, which often happens on these streams. We tend to review stuff from the past on this section more than anything else. That's why it's the requested section. But guys, we've got about 30 seconds left of this one, so let me know in the chat on the right hand side how you're feeling about it. Let me know your rating as well. Out of 10, get involved, everyone in the stream right about now. Keen to hear from each and every one of you. As I always say, this stream is as much about you as it is about me sat here waffling about sound. Obviously, I love hearing your opinions and hearing your sort of thoughts on why you like certain tunes as well. So give me your thoughts on this one, and of course, give me your rating out of 10. We're going to get it to another 30 seconds or so and then get into the numbers game for the final track of the stream. Love this shot as well.
Make me no throw away, make me no let time dey wait. Change my way, beg and make you stay.
Killer collaboration. Sounds of Sars and World on this one. I'm pretty sure World had a new one out today. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I saw a post from the Niger New Music Friday, and I saw there was a World track on there, so I do need to check that one out. Sars, obviously an absolute production legend in this type of sound, always bringing original stuff. I'm a personal massive fan of obviously his collaboration work with Lojay. That EP is one of my favourite things I've ever heard. So futuristic, but clearly you guys are enjoying this one. Success Web saying, how comes I never heard this? First time I'm hearing it as well, to be honest with you. That vocal at the beginning is so fire, and the entire song is just mad. 9 out of 10. Emmy Styles with the 9 out of 10 was a banger for a year. Elvis John saying 9 out of 10 as well. Plenty of fire emojis going on right about now. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Also, Jake saying baseline equals good. It is a good baseline. There we go. Right. We're going to move into the final track of the stream. The finale, the finito. And obviously, we have to decide how we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do, we're going to play the numbers game, as we always do. Now remember, everyone, you get one guess. I'm going to type a number below me, and it's now in the chat. So you have to guess the number. You get one guess each. If you guess the number in the chat and you guess it as your first and only guess, then you get to choose the final track for today's stream. You get to choose the final track that we're going to react to. So please do put your numbers in. Very, very simple, and we'll see who wins. My number is ready to go, and if you match my number, then you will win. Get your numbers in. Out to Yomi Nigeria saying, I think I came late. You did. Yeah, we're about to finish up, unfortunately. Joey with the 1, Kome with the 9, Emmy Stars with the 2, Success Web with the 6. Success Web, you have the victory. There we go. Success Web, you get to choose the final track of the stream. It's up to you. You get to choose. You get to choose the final track of the stream. Very funny, Fraser. Success Web has won, so you get to choose the final track of the stream. There we go. It's been great fun today, guys. I've very much enjoyed myself. I have very much enjoyed myself. Success Web, if you can give me your suggestion for the final track, then we can go from there. Out to Yomi Nigeria saying, yo, you pronounced my name so cool. I hope I did. That's all I can say. I hope I did. I'm so bad at pronouncing stuff that I see written down. Unless it's phonetic, I'm awful at it. I don't know what, but I probably don't read enough. That's probably why. Nasty C featuring Runtown said is the final track of the day. I just want to check that I haven't already done this. I may have at some point. Just double check. I recognise the name, you see. I just want to make sure that we haven't, because I don't like reacting to things twice. I have not, as far as I'm aware. Go on, man. So that's crazy view numbers. Fantastic stuff. But there we go. Right then, people, we're going to get into the final track of today's stream. Let's get some fire emojis in the chat if we have had a good time. I feel I have done this. You know what? Let me check on my actual page. Let me check on my actual page. So I've definitely done some Runtown stuff, and I feel I may have done this. I'm just going to check on my actual page. Thank you, Koma. I'm pretty sure I have done this. But I genuinely can't. I'm going through so many of these at the moment that I genuinely can't remember half the time. I need to search on my own channel, and I don't know how to do that. It's not very good, this is it. This is fantastic entertainment, this, people. This is what you join in for and you sit there for hours for. Right. Runtown. So, I think I may have done this on a live stream, but I haven't got an individual video up. So, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Right, so, Success Web, you get to pick another tune. Because we have already reacted to this, and I tried to make a point of not reacting to the same thing twice. Otherwise, it's just not genuine, is it? It kind of defeats the point of doing these live reactions. So yeah, Success Web, if you can pick another one to do, that would be ideal. And we can go from there. Larry Gaga featuring Wizkid, Low. Cool, perfect. What a fantastic way to round things off. Love a bit of Wiz. There we go. 30 million plays on this one. You can't really beat that from 4 years ago, roughly. There we go. This is going to be the last one on the stream then, guys. Thank you to each and every one of you for getting involved today. I've had a great time. It looks like we sorted out the lighting issues we had a little bit earlier on. And it looks like we've also sorted out the mic issues we were having earlier on as well. So we're going to go from this one. The final track of the day, Larry Gaga, Low, featuring Wizkid. Out to James Salter, saying, nice one, bro. I'm always following your YouTube. First time here with you. Thank you for joining the stream, my friend. It's great to see you. It's always great to see new people joining the stream. Feel free to join every Friday from 5 p.m. onwards. So we're going to get into this one right about now.
Gaga music.
Those drums are punchy.
Larry Gaga. Baby say your matter na matter oh. My sherry coco make I pet you like that oh. Only one girl way fi eye me like Gaga.
You know what? Vocal-wise, this might be one of the cleanest I've heard from Wiz. It just sounds so it sounds a lot more natural than we normally hear. Like the actual auto-tuning, the electronic kind of processing on it doesn't sound anywhere near as intense as it normally would do, which sounds really cool. Something a little bit different. Again, this is what, 2019? Did I read that? Yeah, 2019. So around 3 years ago. This is quite literally a year before I started doing reaction videos. So that's why this one went right over my head. But yeah, wicked sounding tune so far.
Every time I see your face, not so I just start out. Yo, go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low, make it do I'm on the low. Baby, no one has to know, baby, no one has to know. Baby, my body wo, baby, my body wo. Go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low, make it do I'm on the low. Baby, keep it on the low, make it keep it on the low. Baby, my body wo, baby, my body wo. Oh yeah, boy, I love my daily.
That synth came quite literally out of an 80s horror film. I don't know what happened there. An 80s Halloween movie. That sort of sound really cool. But again, the bass line on this is massive. Like really kind of 808 influence. Lots of sort of sliding bass instrumentation going on with this one. Very, very clean though. Big fan of how it's sounding. Loving the sort of minimalism as well. The drums are super, super punchy. Very sort of in your face in the way they sort of come across. Great suggestion, Success Web. I'm loving this one.
Need below my pussy, oh. Yeah. Baby girl, I fit fight for your matter, oh. Yeah, yeah. I promise I no go to use you play my hero, oh. Yeah. sweet in my body. Yeah. It dey make me want to spend money. Yeah. Say your love, it dey sweet in my body. Oh, yeah. It dey make me want to spend money. So go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low.
It's a cool whiz verse. It is a very, very cool whiz verse. Guys, how are we feeling about this one 3 years on? Has it aged in a way that's kind of, I suppose, representative of what Wizkid is all about? Because Wiz has got some classics over the years that have aged really badly, and also some classics that have aged really well. How has this one aged for you guys? Let me know on the chat on the right-hand side. This one will be the last one, unfortunately. So we're going to get into about another minute of this one, and then we will round off, because I've got to shoot off and do that alkaline reaction, and then I've got some other things to do this evening. So we're going to get into this one and finish off. Let's go.
Make it do I'm on the low. Baby, no one has to know. No one has to know. Baby, my body will. My body will go down on the low. Down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low. Make it do I'm on the low. Baby, keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. Baby, my body will. My body will. Oh, yeah. When I buy for two. Yeah. Baby, can I me and you? For a long time now you I choose. Oh, I beg you, choose me. This kind of love is stupid.
The instrumentation is so minimal, isn't it? It's like, it's literally just drums, a couple of plucks and bass line, and that's it. Like, there isn't really that much going on. The majority of the sort of melody is coming from Wizkid's vocal line. Again, I feel it's actually been sort of dialed up as the tune's gone on in regards to the actual sort of textures. And the sort of actual structure of the vocal within the processing. Very, very clean to begin with, and now a little bit more electronic as it's gone on. Alongside this, we're going to get into some ratings. Ckay with the 8 out of 10. Fire emojis. Success Web. Remember the first time I heard this, couldn't believe it. 10 out of 10. David Andre Hyatt as well with the 9 out of 10 on this one.
Yeah. This kind of love is foolish, but not this kind of love, man.
Wiz looks young in this, man.
Yeah.
Only 3 years ago as well.
Say your love, it is sweet in my body. Yeah. It dey make me want to spend money. Yeah. Say your love, it is sweet in my body. Oh, yeah. It dey make me want to spend money. So go down on the low, down on the low.
There we go, my friends. This one will be the last one from us. Larry Gaga, Low, featuring Wizkid. And I've got to say, my friends, it's been an absolute pleasure being back inside the building, getting into another one of these reaction video live streams. I've really enjoyed today. I'm a big fan of putting these streams together. I really enjoy the sort of conversations we're able to have. I really enjoy the general backdrop of what we're able to do, and I've got to say thank you to each and every one of you, even Jake and Fraser a little bit later on, for joining us and getting involved. It's been so much fun, as it always is on a Friday evening, afternoon. It really does set me up nicely for the weekend, obviously chatting to each and every one of you involved with these live streams, and of course on top of that, being able to explore sounds that we haven't already done before. Out to everyone asking for the alkaline reaction, I've seen a fair few of you popping up. I will get into that directly after the stream's finished. I'm going to record that straight away. I might take a minute to stand up and stretch my legs, as I've been sat here for 2 hours. But we will crack on with that straight away for everyone asking for that one. As always, though, my friends, thank you for joining. A couple of little things to remind you all of. If you haven't already, please make sure you are following the Fresh Afrobeat Flavor playlist on Spotify. It's starting to pick up a few extra likes here and there. We're going to try and really push this as a platform that's sort of officially attached to the channel. That's the playlist. I update it whenever I see new releases that I think, bang, it goes directly in there, and it's very enjoyable indeed. We try to give quite a comprehensive showcasing of what's going on sound-wise. And alongside that, if you haven't already, please make sure you are following the TikTok page at KXVU, at Cubcamtv. You'll find it on either of those. We're putting DJ clips up all the time and doing loads of fun stuff on there. But that will be it from us. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy your weekend. Have a fantastic time, and we shall see you all on the next stream or on the next video. Out to David Andre Hyatt saying big up Cubcam and everybody. Until next time, stay safe. Stay safe yourself, sir. Obviously, we're going through a difficult period in the world right now, so thank you to each and every one of you for joining us and lending us your ears for the evening. And hopefully this has brought you a little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness on a Friday evening. Obviously, there are bigger things going on in the world at the moment, so it's an absolute pleasure to be able to entertain you for the evening. But there we go. Have a fantastic time, my friends, and we'll see you all next time. Peace, and yeah, sayonara.
Sounding so good right now. But it's sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cubcamtv. Stay locked.